Atkinson, and today I'm going to talk about social media and aspects of American culture. So most of us are going to be aware with the different platforms of social media such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat, and so forth. The average American has social media. Approximately 223.03 million citizens of the U.S. have social media. And with this, we all tend to spend different times on this. Those between the ages 16 and 30 spend approximately 3 hours each day on social media. Millennials spend about 2.5 hours, and those 45 and up spend 2 hours to no time on social media. We see a decrease with time on social media as age increases. So to begin with this, I'm going to talk about cross-culture theory. So as we know, we have many different cultures in the United States. It's not just one, it's more of a melting pot. And although different aspects play a part in our big culture, there's differences, especially if you look at rural areas such as small towns compared to big cities and the suburbs. Part of this, so as we look at social media and the demographics of it, we can see that there is a smaller usage in small towns and rural areas compared to those of big cities and the suburbs. There's about a 10% difference in usage. And although this number doesn't seem like a big difference, it's continuing to increase as time goes by, and it's expected to increase from now too. And part of the reason could be because rural areas are becoming less and less common. Cities and suburbs are constantly being built, and as families are moving to these new cities and suburbs, and friends are being created, especially in junior high school age, you'll show your friend who might not have social media, oh, look at what this person posted on Instagram, or go like my video on TikTok, or whatever the case may be. And so they end up downloading it so they can keep in touch and be part of that whole environment that is created. Or maybe the new neighborhood that just got built created a Facebook page for the neighborhood to keep updates about what's going on. So we do see an increase with rural areas and social media usage. Another aspect is country by country. So as people immigrate to the United States in places where social media may not be as common, they're likely to download it to keep in touch with everybody. I have a chart right here, and it shows the usage of social media in different countries, and it is based off population a little bit. However, if you were to take someone from Nicaragua or Germany were to move here, especially if they were from a rural area or a small town, and if they were a foreign exchange student, for example, they're more likely to download social media when they move here because it's such a big part of our world. I know in my daily life that me and my friends will be like, well, that's how we get updates from people from high school or college, like, oh, this person got married or engaged or pregnant, or they moved out of state or country, they joined the military, and so forth. It's a way to keep in touch, and it's a part of our daily conversation. And with this, that's how people are going to adapt to the new culture, whether it be in a rural area or to a country. They're going to download social media to feel included, and because that's what everybody does. So the next thing is the social identity theory. So there are two parts of this. The first one is social comparison. With this, we see different groups that compete against each other. It's this, I'm better than you because I'm like this and you're not. We see this a ton nowadays, especially with political parties. We have liberals and conservatives, those who support Trump and those who support Biden. With this, many people who support Trump will be like, well, I'm better than you because I don't kill all the babies. And those who support Biden are saying, I'm better than you because I'm not racist or homophobic or things like that. And it's this, I'm better than you. And social media really creates a huge divide in this. It's this very black and white. People are able to post what they don't like about someone or a political view, and they're able to give this like one story to make them look better. In The Social Dilemma, a Netflix documentary, it talks about how social media gives you what you want to see. And part of this does do with political views, and it's to the point where it's going to be changing the upcoming election. It's going to be waiving it because people are getting their information from there rather than actual resources such as articles, non-biased news, and so forth. However, there is a good part of social media, keeping in touch and social categorization and identification. With this, people are able to identify and find groups that on social media that help them or some that have their niche, such as maybe like dancing, art, music, working out, and so forth. There's many different platforms on social media, and people are able to find their niche, whether it be on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or any platform. People can find their niche. I have a cousin who loves the singer Billie Eilish, so she created a fan page for her. And through this, she's actually been able to find many great friends. They're internet friends, but still, they talk on the daily, and they're able to share their love for this one singer. So it can be used for good. It can create friends and keep in touch and connections and give people hope and joy. So it can be used for good, although it can be used for bad. And I hope you learned something and you realized what a big part social media is in American culture. And although that is a big part, it doesn't always have to be, but it is expected to grow now to more users. And thank you so much for listening.